What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? It's me and my girl, Mz.Metchi, and we decided to do little staple segments that is on our live show. So my segment is shooting the breeze. Basically, a random talk for with a random person. So I love random topics that's going on. It can be from anywhere or anything. And so, Mz.Metchi, you ready?
I'm ready, girl. Let's get into it. What we shooting the breeze about today?
Girl, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Okay, bye.
This is the longest court trial in my
Girl,
like
I
ever.
mean, is he guilty or not? Who shot Pope Tink Tink in her damn foot? Like, what is going on?
I don't know. You ever seen that show like Twin Peaks where it just was like seasons and seasons and you didn't know, what happened or who got killed? Do you remember that show?
I do remember it, but no, I didn't watch it because I don't like shows like that. I need an ending.
Right, and so that can explain why this is annoying to you as well because it never ends, and it's actually got pushed to April. So this time we at least got a little context of what's going on. I guess Tory Lanez can now talk because he was gag ordered by the judge to not mention it, but he had energy this week, and
Oh,
so did Megan. So I wanted to go through their exchanges, and we could just get into it.
oh,
So
let's
the
go.
thing that's weird is DJ Academics inserted himself in this situation. He
Ooh,
spoke before the trial. I know a lot.
he's
I
so
just
whack.
I just found out nobody really likes him. I did not know that.
No, we don't like because he just be doing too much. Like I'm like, baby, you go over there in the box that Tasha K is in, and y'all go sit in the sandbox. Go play somewhere.
I don't even want to change the subject, but I'm about to because that's me shooting the breeze. Did you see the statement that she put under the Shade Room's post about the Brat and BB Judy?
What did she say?
Being
No, I
married.
didn't see that.
So she puts in there, oh, I hope that the brat, does the brat still owe this person millions of dollars while she up here buying, doing this extravagant wedding? But congratulations anyway.
Do you know that I just reported last night that she said she ain't got the 4 million that she owe Cardi B? She said I ain't got it.
I think it's $4 million you have to pay a celebrity. A lot of conversation has been is do you even have that amount of money to pay in this lawsuit? Like, is Tasha K worth that amount of money to pay that?
I ain't got it.
I
always want to know. Listen, I'm so glad you said it.
Listen, I
Look,
ain't
I'm
got
on
it.
the edge of
I
my
ain't got
seat.
it. Don't ask me for no money. I ain't got it. But listen,
I know. And I'm like, okay. And so now she's going to the Supreme Court to try to avoid paying that 4 million. And Cardi was like, I don't care. I want everything you got. But
Pretty
I
much.
feel like Cardi isn't doing anything but making her more famous. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. She trying to teach her a lesson. Shut that mouth.
but she's not. She's not shutting her mouth. She's muted for a minute, but she'll be back. She'll be back.
Yeah.
So
And she's gonna owe more money too.
so the problem I have with DJ Academics is how he came at Megan Thee Stallion, but when he was in a situation with a bunch of dudes, he remained silent, but he can go. He got energy when it comes to a woman. I don't like dudes like that. So he
Yeah.
started off with the tweet breaking. It was revealed in court few moments ago. Now court haven't started, mind you, that Tory Lane's DNA was not found on the weapon in the Megan Thee Stallion case. I feel like that was already kind of revealed. And so then he goes on and say later, update, Tory Lane's trial adjourned until April with Tory's lawyer telling the court they have completed DNA results from the prosecution, which is very pleasing to his client. I
I'm
saw
sure.
this doc myself. It literally says it was inconclusive in finding Tory DNA on the gun or magazine. Now, inconclusive, does this mean they didn't get a full print? Like, does that mean anything?
I
It's
mean,
not saying who
inconclusive
printed
is
on there.
inconclusive. They cannot find a conclusion about what, like whose DNA it was, in this case. So it's just one of those things where you can't say if it was or if it wasn't because it was inconclusive.
Exactly, but my whole thing is who grazed her foot then? Because at this point, there was, I could do a whole thing about this, but there was, like the hospital, like in the medical records, it said she was grazed, not shot. So it looks like the gun accidentally went off and grazed her foot. Now, this is what I think will happen. And this could be so far fetched.
Okay.
So
Give us your hypothesis, honey.
So Megan found no, Kelsey found out that Megan was sleeping with Tory behind her back. She gets upset. They leave Kylie's house. They're driving or whatever. They're arguing because her feelings is hurt. Her best friend was sleeping with her dude behind her back. So it
Right.
gets a little crazy. Now whoever was sitting in the back knew there was a gun under the seat, grabbed it and was talking. You know how you get mad and you drunk, you like, I wish you would. Come on, come on, come on. I feel like they was on drunk shit. And the gun accidentally went off because it was the window was busted out. So the gun accidentally went off. They got out the car, kept arguing, and the person who had the gun in her hand, both the girls was wrestling. Now the other girl is in the other girl face, grabbed the gun. They both got the gun, and they going back and forth with the gun, and accidentally grazed her foot. Accidentally went off and grazed her foot. That is what
Well,
I think happened.
so I can tell you, as a gun carrier myself, guns do not accidentally go off. Guns are shot.
Oh. Well,
You have
but I feel like it was an accident. I don't think that was on purpose.
yeah, no. I mean, I think we can agree that it was a horrible incident and it was definitely an accident. That is for sure. I don't think that anyone pointed at her foot like on Harlem Nights and was like, bitch, dance. Like, I don't think that it was any of that
That's
went
what
on.
Megan said happened though. That's legit what Megan
Okay.
did.
And that's a whole different dynamic. So yeah, if that's what she's saying, that's totally unfortunate. But with guns, you have to make an effort to take that gun and shoot that gun.
Okay,
So
I don't shoot guns. Okay.
I do. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I ain't never just have my gun. It just be sitting on a chair and then it just be like, I'm finna just go off. Like,
Well, here's a question I have for you then. What if when they were wrestling with the gun, it fell? Could it accidentally go off if it falls on the ground?
it's possible. It's
But
possible.
okay, well maybe one when they were wrestling, the gun dropped to the ground and accidentally went off and
If
grazed
the
her foot.
safety was not on, I mean, it's possible, but typically you would have someone has to pull the trigger, right?
Okay.
The
Okay.
trigger has to be engaged in some type of way before that gun could possibly accidentally go off. That trigger has to be somebody has had to have moved that trigger in some type of way along with the safety not being on the gun. If it was a gun that actually had a safety, there are guns that do not have safeties on them. So
Okay.
it's
Maybe
possible.
that was the case. Like I'm like if it's inconclusive DNA, like if it's no DNA of his, that means it's one of the girls. Who else could have been? But anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah,
So then the Stallion says, court ain't even started, so why y'all ready to start lying? So she's addressing academic.
absolutely.
And
He's a
so the
dumb
Stallion
dumb.
say, I know some of y'all blogs on payroll, but please don't get sued trying to create a hate campaign. Be a real journalist and post facts. And to my haters, keep making yourself look stupid. I don't care. So now she's upset. And so then she kept going. She said, y'all breaking news 15 minutes before court started. Now that was his thing. He be so thirsty with information because him and Tory are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Academic strikes me as one of those friends that you can't tell nothing. Like,
Oh no. Yeah, he's like thirsty and just super like ugh.
he one of them people where if you throw a surprise party, he gonna be surprised with the guest of honor because
Yeah,
nobody gonna
they'd be like,
tell.
don't tell academics. He's a
Right.
dumbass. He's a
So
dumb
any
dumb.
so she said, y'all trying to win a social media campaign. This is my real life, which I agree with. This y'all trying to get breaking news. This is my life.
That's right.
Y'all trying to get retweets, spreading false narratives, and then she put an address on it. Academics, why are you lying? What did you gain? So she's
Foolishness.
like, this is not funny. I got hit in my foot. So Tory Lanez come out of nowhere and say, you can't buy and tweet your way out of this. Not today. So he started. Now, this is the first time that he's actually like,
Said
said
anything.
something to her. Because normally, to be honest, during this whole thing, he's been kind of nice.
Well,
For
because
a
he had a
person
whole
that
gag order. I mean, he would have gotten sued. I mean, girl.
But even in his album, he still didn't disrespect her. Like she came out with "Who Shot You" on her album, he still didn't, and she came at him and the friend, And so, but my whole thing is, if it is the case that you were sleeping with your, the dude behind your friend's back, aren't you wrong?
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing
I don't
though.
think she should have got shot, but I'm
This
just
is
saying,
this is
like,
the problem. People be having sneaky links or whatever the case is. I mean, it happens all the time where it's like somebody sleeping with somebody on the low. You know what I'm saying? And then then the other friend like probably didn't even know. I mean, who knew? Who knew if Meg the Stallion knew that they was like messing around or whatever the case is? Because just because you friends with somebody don't mean you know everybody that they laid up with.
but for her to be hurt about it, I feel like Megan knew.
Mm.
Because I can't be mad at you if I didn't tell you, but I can be infuriated if you knew.
But we also talking about. Oh, girl, I was going to say something bad.
We're talking about somebody who can't keep it in their pants, and it went
Not only
wrong.
that, we are also talking about girls that glorify being whores. So I mean, let's have a real conversation. Like,
No.
are you really surprised? Are you genuinely surprised that somebody that made a song about that shit? And I love Meg Thee Stallion. And so I'm speaking as a fan. But I am not surprised at the situation that they were sleeping with the same guy. That's not ironic to me. That's not like, this is so bizarre. Oh my God. Y'all talk about sex, money, tricking dudes, all types of stuff. Like, she is wrong, but are we surprised?
You
I'm
know
not.
what? There is no element of surprise in this. It's almost like them two was kind of talking behind her back anyway, and as soon as she went out of town, they linked up, or they had been linking up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like my whole thing is pimp that dude, but that's all I'm saying.
So then DJ Academic said, now one of y'all finna tell me my eyes deceive me. I ain't Tasha K. Quit, stop playing with me. So I know Tasha K just gonna be the joke forever, look like.
Pretty much.
And then DJ Academic say Meg gotta call the DA and ask him if it's true. I don't know why she up on here tagging me in posts like I just be making shit up. My problem with DJ Academics is, where was this energy when you was in the room with them dudes? I do not know, remember their name, but they were rappers and they was coming at him on Clubhouse and he did nothing. But when this woman right here, you could go back and forth with this woman.
He went back and forth with Tasha K recently too.
That's because, in my opinion, that means what's the word I was about to use? Let me change it. You're a punk. I'll say that P word. You know what I'm saying?
He's a BAN, and if you all want to know what that acronym stands for, inbox me.
Because my whole thing is, have that same energy for men too. Nothing is more infuriating than a man that can always be in a woman's face and this and that and going off, but when another male stepped to him, he quiet and silent and crickets.
BAN, baby.
Shoot. And so he's still going. By the way, Meg can get the same document that they reference in court today. I'm sure she's aware. Hopefully she's entitled to see what the DA will be using against Tory, being that she's the victim. I don't like the victim shaming. I don't like it. It's part of discovery. Don't you think she knows all of this? Her lawyers have told her this. Ask the DA what the completed DNA test said. Then come back and apologize to Big AK.
BAN, baby, BAN.
Even if he is right, at this point, I don't care.
Right.
So, yeah, that was my shooting the breeze. Like, I just don't, I feel like I'm irritated with him. And you
look
know,
at
him
the chat.
Huh?
Look at the chat. That's what BAN means.
And that's exactly what he is. And you know, there's more banter. I know this is supposed to be a short video, but it was like Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion was going back and forth because he was talking about, like, you know, when she mentioned that, you know, he apologized to her or whatever, you know, it was insinuating or implied that it was because of, you know, her getting injured.
Right.
But it really was because he found out about, she found out about, him sleeping with the friends or whatever. So I'm gonna make this real quick, but this is what Tory said. Good D had me effing two best friends. This is when it came out that everybody was guessing what happened. And I got caught. That's what I apologize for. It's sick how you spun it though, because if you look at those texts, he never actually said what he was sorry for. But if you're saying this person shot me, and we all see a text and saying that, I apologize, what are we gonna think?
But he got into it with her dude too.
Yeah, well, he said him and Party was in the same space before and he ain't do nothing, but he want to be froggy on social media. But what I don't like about Party is he puts his tweets and then he instantly deletes it. So he's tweeting, deleting, tweeting, deleting. So if you're not quick in catching it, you missed it. So my thing
Yeah,
is, if you
I
feel how
certainly
you
missed it.
feel, keep
I
it
certainly
on.
missed it because I saw Tory Lanez say something to him on Twitter, but I couldn't find what party had actually said to him initially to got like to kick off their exchange. But they said they were going back and forth for sure.
He basically was like, if you want this smoke, let's meet up. And Tory was like, we've met before and you didn't have this energy. Miss me with that. That's basically what the conversation was.
Oh my goodness. So what did Meg the Stallion say? What you
So
got up
Meg
here?
say, effing two best friends. Dude, you shot me. You know what's what. You know what's what you were apologizing for. You keep putting a narrative out that me and my friend fell out about you, and that's not true. Why are you skipping over the shooting? Just admit you shot me, because she definitely ain't do it, and I ain't shoot my damn self.
Why is the friend not saying anything?
The friend ain't said nothing.
She has been silent and a ghost this entire time. Like, I'm surprised. I know that they not cool no more, and she probably salty because they was sleeping with the same dude. But baby, if you who shot her?
I don't
Somebody
even
shot her.
know. I mean, if Silent Night was a person, it would be Kelsey. She ain't divulged nothing. And then when she has turned down interviews, all types of stuff. It looked like she just over both of them. She knows that these are two industry people and it's all about image and it's going to be a whole bunch of BS involved and I don't want no parts of it. I feel like that's where she at. It don't even matter. I'm a little fish compared to them.
Yeah,
I'm done. You know,
yeah.
so they had energy this week and they was going back and forth. Megan is still saying that, they weren't sleeping together. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe that, but I also don't think she should have got hurt over, like, that's why I said they was on some drunk shit, because this whole story don't make sense.
Nothing. It's definitely some parts that are missing, and I would have loved to have been a car freshener in the car that particular day. When all of that was going on, to take a look, see what's going on, because I mean, it's some pieces of it that's missing, but at the end of the day, there was a woman that's injured, and I'm
Exactly.
tired of, like, when it's Black women, it's like they gotta always pick holes through our stories. And if you've ever been through something traumatic like that, or you've ever been violated, or you've ever had someone that has hurt you or injured you in any type of way, to go through that and then to face scrutiny for opening up and saying something about it and voicing what happened to you and sharing your story. I hate to see people be like put down as a result of it. So it's like, at the end of the day, no matter who shot Megan Thee Stallion, that was still a very traumatic event for her. And I feel like the fact that it's just like people are victim shaming and they are trying to poke holes through everything that's going on, it's just very unfortunate. And it makes people that go through things not want to actually speak up for what's going on with them because of the scrutiny that they'll receive afterwards. So that's honestly my thoughts on it. I hate to see her going through it, and
Yeah,
it's
I
unfortunate.
admit, I agree. And what the flip side of that is, when the girl don't say nothing, she still gets scrutinized. Well, you should have said something. Well, maybe it didn't happen because why you ain't said when it happened? And it doesn't matter. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Somebody's
Absolutely.
gonna always have something to say, and this is why people suffer in silence, unfortunately. Like,
Absolutely.
I just keep it to myself because no one's gonna believe me. How many people were touched by their family members and nobody believed them? So they just dealing with it with themselves.
Yeah, and then they still got called out for being a black sheep because they stopped coming around because they didn't want to be violated anymore. I mean, we know the stories. Like,
Right.
I mean, I can relate. I've shared, on my platform, and I've also shared with you that, after being violated by someone that was a friend or whatever the case is, like, I was definitely scrutinized afterwards, like, oh, you're not telling the truth, or you wanted that to happen, or you put yourself in that predicament. These were some of the things that I heard from people that I thought that were, at minimum, good associates, that came for me after something. And I'm like, I was the one that was violated. Like,
Right.
I don't really understand that perspective. So when I see it, whether if she is lying or maybe does not know all of the facts, given the fact that they were intoxicated, she still experienced something that nobody should have to experience. Like, if you messing with some dude, it doesn't mean that you should get shot in your foot. Like,
Right. It should
it
not be
just
like
doesn't add
this.
up.
Right. Exactly. So, I really do hope that this eventually, um, comes to an end.
Me too.
Like, this has been going on for 2 years, ain't it?
It's coming up on 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Hell, it's been at least a year, and that is a year too long, as far as I'm concerned. Why do y'all keep
Yeah.
discontinuing this case? Like, either y'all gonna say he guilty or not. Like, I think that they're trying to, avoid a public outcry of some type of sort. At the end of the day, she got shot. I mean, that's what is happening at the end of the day. So no matter how they rule it in court, she still got the gun wound on her foot to show for it.
Right. So I don't know. I hope they do come to some type of end. And I mean, if Tory is found not guilty, her career is gonna take a little turn. Because people gonna peg her as a liar. They already kind of pegging her as a liar,
But
you know,
you know what? One thing I'll say about her and artists similar to her, like, your Cardi B's, your City Girls, different things like that. I mean, in situations where, yes, if it's ruled that he was not guilty and all that other stuff, it's going to be a bad look. But I mean, they've got hella PR people and people that will be able to help her clear it up. I'm pretty sure she'll get some type of exclusive interview or something to really talk about what happened at that point. And I hope that she is able to come back from whatever the results may be in court, because like I said, at the end of the day, there was still some trauma there, whether if she
right,
has all of the details in line or not. Like, I mean, everybody's been drunk before and you missing certain details, or you might have thought something happened or it didn't, or you didn't recognize you text somebody
exactly.
that you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all been there. So I just hope that the public will be able to give her some grace regardless.
You're right. And I love everything you said, but I'm finna say something messy. I
What?
probably will pop some popcorn when I finally hear what Kelsey had to say on the stand, because I am on my seat. She's like that witness. I just want to know
She's
the
the
person,
missing link.
the third party. Yes, I want to know. And that security guard, 'cause it was four of them in the car.
They ain't said nothing.
Where is that security guard? Like, no one even knows what security guard it was.
They don't even know his name.
So
That's ridiculous.
those
When
are
you
the
think
two
about it, like,
people.
that's ridiculous. Like, why
Yeah.
have they? That's ridiculous. Hmm.
Yeah, so you are right. I feel like if you've been violated or anything has happened to you, you were disrespected. Don't. What can I say that'll be? Don't let other people's opinions of you or backlash you'll get stop you from speaking your truth.
That's
It's
right.
it's called your truth for a reason.
That's
Meaning,
right.
who gives a damn who believes it or not? This is what you believe will happen, and this is how you felt when it happened.
That's right.
Somebody always has something to say, especially when they haven't been in that same situation. So you can't tell me what I should have did, when I should have said it, how I should have did it, and how I should have said it if you weren't there, if you've never been in a similar situation.
That's right. I agree.
So yeah, so
This was a good
I
one. A good
this
shooting the
was a
breeze.
good one. This was a good one. Where can everybody find you, Miss Lady?
You can follow the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms at the BP Media Co. If you're interested in advertising, make sure that you visit the bpmediaco.com. Tune into the Blueprint Live. It comes on every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can follow me, your girl, Mz.Metchi, at all platforms. That's Mz.Metchi. Holla at me.
And you guys know you can just go to www.beyourownkind.com to keep up with all the content. I go live every other week. I am not as vibrant as Miss Michi over there. And you can follow me on, which is awesome because she's awesome. You can go to Instagram and follow me on be_your_own_kind, and make sure you check out Sis Glow Up every other Wednesday.
Look out for it every Wednesday, every other Wednesday
Right.
from us.
And if you think of if but until next time, you guys, bye.
Bye.